Folks, mark your calendars, January 11th at the TipTon Elementary School in Garden City, Michigan. That's going to be your next chance to see the super heavyweights of the Missile Dropkick Wrestling Association. A little bit of drama at the last show. Here to talk about that a little bit is MDWA CEO Lucius White. Lucius,
how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good.
How you doing? This is
Yeah.
I don't think anything like this has happened before. Somebody actually came into the locker room and stole the championship belt.
Yeah. It was a little disappointing to me because it had to happen before the show started. It had to happen because I was, out there helping with the music person, going over the music or whatnot. And, as what the CEO supposed to do, I was going out helping out with the music person. And then so was getting ready for our last show, our last event there, and it was a four-way. I said I was excited, so I went to the locker room and looked in the bag, and I was like, "Where's the championship belt?" I asked all the fellas. I said, "Y'all sure y'all ain't seen the belt?" And I know no fans wasn't there because we heavily guarded. We got like security everywhere, and I'm like, man, this never happened. My 12 years, actually being in the business, I've been in a lot of big time companies and small time companies, and I never had to worry about my things getting stolen. And it really hurt because some of these guys I ran with, and I was looking friendly for the belt. So we had to give the winner, which was Freedom Ramsey. He was a little disappointed, but he was excited about winning the championship. And I said, well, we're gonna find out what happened. So I just couldn't find the title that day. All I was thinking about was the stolen championship that happened during the show. I was watching the show, but I was just disappointed in that. Yeah.
You said that there weren't any fans in the vicinity. Are you thinking this might have been an inside job?
It had to be because nobody would have left that locker room because it had to be somebody in that locker room. And I noticed just like everybody was all around that tent. And it couldn't have been no fans are allowed to be around that tent right there. And so it was just disappointing. I knew it had to be the boys, and I even on our group chat I just said, hey, fess up now. I'm not gonna be mad if you just fess up. I just said just tell me the truth because later if I find out it's bad news. So.
What does that do to the trust in the locker room? Professional wrestling is a business where trust is paramount. You have to be able to trust your brothers,
You're very right. You're very right because this is a brotherhood. Wrestling is brother. This business is great because we all like to do the same thing and we trust each other, around our belongings, and even in the ring there have to be trust. In the ring you have to trust the guy who you work with. We're not trying to kill each other out there because we all trying to go home at the end of the day. We got families and stuff, but I was a little on edge anyway because Troy Family Days is a big event, and every event that I feel is a big event that we produce, and I was already on edge because I had lack of help that day. People late on call time. Telling certain guys not to do certain things, and they doing it anyway. And I said, okay, whatever. I get over it. That's the business. But then, when the main championship belt was stolen, that's when I was really infuriated. I was really infuriated because I was like, well, man, the tag championships belt wasn't stolen, and the submission. Thank God the submission championship wasn't stolen. And my championship, the MDWA Live Championship, was stolen. But the main championship, the heavyweight championship belt, was stolen. I said, why they steal this one? Was it just because it's the prettiest one out of all of them? So it kind of crushed his trust. But now I feel like I got to keep my eye out on things.
Coming up on January 11th, TipTon Elementary School, Garden City, the stolen prize.
Yes.
Are we going to find out? I know the police are investigating. We've got bases covered on that. We've got detectives working the case. I know you've been looking into it personally as well.
Yeah.
Do you think we'll find out on January 11th in Garden City who stole the prize?
I don't make a lot of guarantees, but I guarantee we're going to find out who stole the Missile Dropkick Wrestling Association championship that night on January 11th. That's why we named this the Stolen Prize. You know, we want everybody. First of all, I want to thank the TipTon Elementary for hosting our event. It means a lot. You know, I've wrestled out of this this venue before with another wrestling company, Takedown Wrestling Alliance, and I'm just gracious and blessed enough to bring my wrestling company, Mr. Dropkick Wrestling Association, there. But that's why we named it. That's the theme of the show, the Stolen Prize, because I plan to find out that night who committed the heinous the heinous act of stealing the Mr. Dropkick Wrestling Association Championship belt. That's the worst thing you can do. It's still the main belt, and we're gonna find out that day, and Freedom Ramsey is gonna be awarded the original title.
And knowing you and knowing Freedom Ramsey, whoever stole that belt is in for a swift and severe case of justice.
Yeah, big time. So, you guys, fans, TipTon Elementary, kids, adults, their parents, buy a ticket. Tickets gonna be out next week. Come get a ticket. Buy a ticket before ahead of time. Come check out. Mr. Dropkick Wrestling Association is always about first. They're always about first, and you're gonna have the first ever women's MDWA women's champion.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't mention that. We're gonna have a women's tournament that night. So we're gonna have a women's championship tournament, and we're also gonna find out who stole that MDWA championship.
Women's Championship Tournament, the search for the stolen prize, ladies and gentlemen, your MDWA CEO, Lucius White. Lucius, thanks for coming.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you.